What's up, dudes? We're back. We're in Minecraft. Life is happening. Hope everyone's doing well, and that wherever it's like back to school season. So I know a lot of you guys are like children. So no, just kidding. I don't know what's going on. We're starting this video off kind of crazy. It's currently 10:25 a.m. Normally I don't wake up until this time, and I'm already playing Minecraft. So shit's crazy. Why did I build such this? Look at this fucking ugly ass house. Anyway, I don't want to ramble too long because I noticed in my videos a problem I have is that I ramble for like 20 years at the beginning of the video, and then I don't actually talk about the topic until 15 minutes in the video. And of course, now I'm rambling about rambling. But let's just jump right in. First of all, thank you guys for 20k subscribers. We're actually at like 21k now. That's awesome. I said I would do something for 10k subscribers, and then I couldn't come up with something, and now we're already at 20k. So that's awesome. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. I've been able to not have to fucking apply for a job at fucking Meta or fucking McKinsey because of you guys. So I really appreciate that for saving me from working at some corporate nightmare. Let's turn down the volume a little bit. That bread eating sound was a little too loud. So thank you guys for that. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I don't know what the fuck to do. I was like, what am I gonna do for 10k subscribers? I need to come up with something like cool to do, and then we're already at 20k, so I don't know what to do. The standard thing for YouTubers to do seems to be just make like Q&A videos. I don't know if I'm going to do that, but if you guys have questions for me, feel free to leave them in the comments of this video. Also, any ideas for, 20k sub specials, because, I don't know if there's that many interesting answers I could give to you guys, but if you guys have questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. All right, that's out of the way. Just plowing ahead. The thing I want to talk about today is basically, I've been making a lot of college content, guys. I made some videos about Stanford. I made the whole, what was it called? Fucking guide to college admissions. And it had me feeling some type of way because whenever I make a college video, I feel like I interact with a lot more Stanford content than I would like to actually in like my real life, you know what I mean? If I wasn't actually making YouTube videos. So like I'll make a video about Stanford and I'll like go to like the Stanford Daily website and I read about, which is the Stanford newspaper, and I read about shit that's going on at Stanford, and I end up fucking watching. Hold on, what the fuck is this? Why? What? I'm just clicking and it's doing some bullshit. I just want to move stuff around. Well, this is going to be annoying. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I interact with a lot more Stanford content than I want to. I end up going to the Stanford newspaper. I end up watching like Stanford vlogs to like get a sense of like what Stanford's like now, just like as research for like my videos, you know what I mean? And like, I don't know if I really like that because I don't like anytime I interact with Stanford content or college content, it like really, it like makes me relive like some really bad memories in my life, and I don't think it's like good for my mental health. So that's not good. And then I also feel like, basically it feels like I'm holding on to the past like more than I would actually. Hold on, I gotta figure out. I'm going to pause this video because I got to figure out how to manipulate my inventory without it being fucking annoying as hell. All right, we're back. And look, I can actually move my inventory around now, so I'm not going to fucking lose my mind. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, basically, part of me feels like I should let go of the past of Stanford instead of thinking about it so much and making so much content about it. You know what I mean? Because I don't know, because I'm old, you know what I mean? Like, I'm 24. People who go to Stanford now were in like fucking middle school when I was going to Stanford. And part of me just feels like by thinking so much about Stanford, which I don't want to do, like, I just don't like, how do I describe this? That was like a very difficult like 3 years in my life at Stanford. And it wasn't all like Stanford's fault. Wow, I'm going to try and not say Stanford like 100,000 times in this video. It wasn't all Stanford's fault, all the shit I went through during those 3 years. But it was still like, I don't like having to think about that time in my life so much, especially because I feel like right now I'm at a much better place in my life. Whereas when I was going to college, I was like in such a like depressed mood all the time, and I thought like I sucked. I didn't deserve like, you know, to live a good life, blah blah blah. Like I was just in such a down place, and now I'm in like a better place that part of me questions if I should just, part of me doesn't want to just keep reliving and talking about stuff I hate about Stanford, because it's like, I've moved on from that, you know what I mean, in some respects. And like I said, I'm old, dude. I feel like part of me feels like weird making videos for fucking high school kids because I'm 24, and you know we're it just feels slightly. I feel like I feel like how Disney Channel stars must feel who like make shows for like 10-year-olds, and you're like, whoa, I'm like 25, but the people who are watching me are like 10. But that doesn't weigh on me too much, because I feel like part of me, you know, I enjoy giving like the big brotherly advice, so part of me doesn't stress too much about that. But I don't have a fucking crafting table. You may be able to tell, but my mind is feeling very discombobulated this morning. But yeah, I don't know. Like I was saying, making college content, part of it feels like I'm being like stuck in the past, and that I should just let it go. Another part of me feels like it's my way of like processing what really happened to me at Stanford. You know what I mean? Like the Stanford CS video I made, just dunking on Stanford CS. I feel like that was stuff I really wish I could have said to like anyone who would have, you know, cared to listen to like for 2 seconds to like my problems at Stanford and like how I felt. And I felt like, well, I feel like people at Stanford, oh my God, I'm doing the thing where I say Stanford like 500 times. But I feel like people at that school just don't care about your feelings or how you feel. And that made me feel really shitty. And I guess and I guess that made me feel like my voice was kind of like not, I don't know, I don't want to say silenced because that seems a bit dramatic, but like, you know, I wasn't being acknowledged, or my feelings weren't being acknowledged. And so I kind of just repressed all my like bad feelings about Stanford. And I guess me making these videos is kind of my way of processing all the shit that happened to me. You know what I mean? Like just really saying how I felt, and just letting everyone know, hey, I felt like shit. And I didn't get really any chances to say that out loud when I was at Stanford, because it was such a grind, and it was just like every day was just like, I don't even know, like every day was just like feeling like I was just like just going through an absolute slog to get through the day. And so I don't know, I guess the Stanford videos are me trying to process what's going on, and still processing, you know, fucking 3 years after I graduated. In some ways, it doesn't feel like it's been that long. Since 3 years is a long time to still be holding on to the past and still talking about college. In some ways, it doesn't feel like it's been 3 years since I graduated, because I feel like the startup I was at is kind of like an extension of Stanford because I was still in the Bay Area. I was still working exclusively with people who graduated from Stanford. And so it just felt like a continuation there, you know, and I didn't leave the startup until, was it 6-7 months ago at this point? So it feels like it's still kind of fresh. It still feels kind of fresh in my mind, you know, the whole Stanford experience. Oh my God. I just did nothing for 10 minutes in Minecraft. I'm going to do something this episode, guys. We're going to fucking go to the nether, okay? We're going to try and do that this episode. Wow, that's a big commitment I just made for myself. Hopefully I can do that. But, yeah, I don't know. I kind of just, wow, that was kind of a big dump. I feel like kind of like a little too hyper in this video right now. Like I've been like talking at like 100 miles a minute. I'm trying to bring the energy level down a little bit right now. We're going to try and bring the energy level down, recenter, enjoy some ASMR. Hey, we're going to take a moment for mindfulness in Minecraft right now. Hey, we're just going to be like pigs right now in Minecraft, all right? Everyone watching this video, this is your sign to, like, chill the fuck out. Look, I'm just following this pig right now. Oh, I'm going to put a saddle on this pig and just ride it and just chill the fuck out and talk about my feelings. All right, we're going to get the saddle. But, yeah, like I was saying, I don't know. What am I trying to say? I guess what I'm trying to say, which I kind of said before, is that truthfully, if I wasn't making YouTube videos, I probably wouldn't be thinking about Stanford. I definitely wouldn't be thinking about Stanford, you know, nearly as much as I do currently. I probably would try to not actively not think about Stanford if I didn't have a YouTube channel. Because, like I said, like, past is the past. That wasn't a good time for me. And I don't feel like I would want to actively think about it that much. All right, let's hop on this pig. Let's chill the fuck out and think about life. I feel like I wouldn't be making thinking about as much about Stanford if it wasn't for YouTube. And obviously, the Stanford videos get more views than my other videos. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not gonna... Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? Is there gonna be a way for me to remove this saddle without killing this pig? Hopefully. What the fuck? I don't have any emeralds, dude. So, get the fuck out of my hair. Where's the pig? Oh my God, did that pig just... What the fuck? That pig just disappeared? Wait, what the fuck? I just put a saddle on a pig. And now I can't find that fucking pig. What the fuck? Oh, it's right here. Okay. Yeah. Stanford videos get the views. Blah, blah, blah. You know, it makes me think about what types of content I want to make. But I'm not going to stop making Stanford videos anytime soon, probably. But I do think, you know, I'm not going to be making Stanford videos for the next 10 years because eventually I'll just run out of stuff to talk about and I won't want to talk about it anymore. And, like, you guys won't want to watch it because I'll be, like, old as shit and not have relevant things to say about Stanford. And a million reasons why, you know, making Stanford videos isn't a long-term thing, you know what I mean? Like, nothing's long-term. We're all going to die. But, yeah. All right. I feel like... All right, I really gotta listen. I'm still a little hyper. I gotta really be one with this pig right now. Be one with the pig. Look at this pig. This pig's not even going anywhere. He's standing on this exact same block for like the last minute. I gotta like really learn how to like be like this pig. He's just enjoying life, man. He's just enjoying life, and maybe that's what I gotta do with like the YouTube thing. Is just like enjoy it. Not think too much about, like, am I making too many videos about Stanford, you know. should I be letting go of the past? Just kind of vibe, and just do whatever I want to do. And if like making Stanford videos feels right to me, then fuck it. I'm gonna just do it. There's no rules. No one's gonna come to my house and arrest me for making Stanford videos. But yeah, I feel like it's not just about, Stanford, right? It's about a lot of things, and it goes bigger than that. And it's kind of thinking about more like just the past in general, and like trying to the levels at which, we let go of things, and like, should we let go of things, or should we really just hold on to them and think about them and process them? You know what I mean? Because on one hand, you could say, let's go with you had a really shitty job, which is something I have experience with. You had a really shitty job. Should you, really think about it a lot and like think about all the ways you were wronged and kind of process all that stuff, and maybe come to some realizations about like why you put yourself in that position to have that shitty job? You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what I did after I left my job. I thought about okay, the volume's still too loud. What like insecurities did I have about myself that made me susceptible? I said that wrong. Suspectable? It's not like I'm a suspect. It's you know what I mean? Made me more likely to get that shitty job. Or, what were the reasons why that happened? And I did think about that with my job. And I thought about, I didn't really have too much self-confidence in myself to get a better job or even do this YouTube thing. And I kind of let myself fall into this idea that, this shitty job is all I deserve in life. That's great. Processing that is great. I do think there also comes a point where I'm still holding on to a lot of anger with that previous job, you know what I mean? And I'm still holding on to a lot of anger with Stanford. I feel angry that that should happen to me. I'm gonna just be, I don't like that shit happen to me. I don't like feeling that, like, the 3 years I spent at Stanford and the 2 years I spent at that job happened to me. And great, like, now I have to live with that for the rest of my life. Or like, I talked about high school track and how that really messed up my mind. I genuinely still feel like I have to live with like all the fucked up shit my high school track coach like imparted on me. Like all the verbal abuse, all the like physical abuse, just everything. I feel like I still have to like, it still affects me to this day, you know what I mean? Like, who I am as a person is because of, okay, I guess here's what I'm trying to say. Who I am as a person is determined by Stanford, by the shitty job I had, by my fucking dumbass high school track coach. And I don't like the fact that part of me, those places and situations have such a big impact on me and who I am. Preferably, I would want only things that I like and I have positive impact on my life, and like I actually, consented to have such a big impact on my life. That's maybe not the right word to use, but you know what I mean? Like those, the negative effects that Stanford and that job and, high school and, all this other stuff, all the past, a lot of stuff from my past, I feel like I did not really say, hey, come fuck my life up, you know what I mean? And so I feel like because of that, because I feel like maybe, I don't know, was I wronged? I don't know. That sounds like a bit too traumatic. And I know everyone goes through like, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Like, okay, like I get it. You know what I mean? Bad stuff can make you a stronger person. But I don't feel like I was really looking at the time for my college and my job and my high school. These enormous things in my life that were basically my entire life to fuck up my life so badly. Okay, I know people in the comments, and because this happened in the last comment in video too, where people are like, not that I'm super salty about people in the comments. You guys can comment whatever you want, but I just want to clear this up. People are like, why do you talk a lot about why you hate Stanford, but you don't actually say why. If you want to know why, you can watch my Stanford CS video is broken. You can watch my How Stanford Shaped Me is broken. What am I saying? My How Stanford Shaped Me video. You can watch those videos and figure out, why I don't like Stanford. But to sum it up, basically, I felt like I was not willing to be part of the Stanford cult. And because of that, I felt like socially ostracized. And because I was socially ostracized, I felt like I was a shitty person and didn't deserve good shit to happen to me in life. I don't know. Maybe that's a bit too dramatic. What's going on in this video, guys? I feel like I just snorted like 2 pounds of cocaine because this video is going off the rails. But yeah, all these things that happened to me, I feel like I didn't want them to affect me this much, and because of that, I feel like I'm holding on to a lot of anger in life. I mentioned this in a previous video I made, like a year ago probably at this point, but I find myself getting angry a lot more than I did when I was like 14, which maybe is just growing up, but the way I feel this anger, I don't think so, because I get like really angry, like I fucking like want to like fucking break shit when I get angry, and like I need to like lie down for like 10 minutes so like I don't fucking like pop like a vein in my head or something, like, and like over like really small stuff too, like, you know what I mean, like I don't know, like someone leaves like a slightly negative comment on one of my videos, and like I'll get really angry, and like I don't like that aspect of myself, and I feel like it's not unrelated to my past, and so what am I trying to say? What is the thing I'm trying to say with this whole Stanford thing? I feel like I'm trying to say I'm not over what happened to me at Stanford. Like, I'm sorry. I know I graduated 3 years ago. I went to Stanford six years ago, and that makes me feel really old because it feels like 6 years was an eternity ago, and it feels like I should be able to let go of something that happened to me 6 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, if someone fucking, I don't know, if I had a breakup like 6 years ago, I would expect myself to be over that by now. You know what I mean? And it feels like Stanford was a breakup I had, and it doesn't. And part of me feels like I should let go of it. Part of me has a hard time with that because I feel like I'm still processing and working through all the shit that it made me feel. And like I said, I feel I'm really glad I made the Stanford CS video, because that was just so cathartic for me to like just say what it needed to be said. And yeah, so I guess I'm not going to feel guilty for not being over, quote unquote, over Stanford. I'm not going to feel guilty for that. I'm not going to feel guilty for making Stanford videos. But the past is hard, bros. I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. I'm not going to wake up tomorrow and just like instantly be over shit that happened to me at Stanford. And I guess the only way for me to really be over it is to really just process it. Just really, please don't die. Okay. Really go hard in processing. There's a lot of mobs tonight. Processing what happened to me at Stanford. Because I don't feel like the answer is to feel shitty about Stanford, but then like repress and not think about Stanford at all. Which I feel like would be really bad, because then like 10 years down the line, someone's going to like mention Stanford to me, and like I'm going to have war flashbacks and like want to like fucking punch them in the face or something. And that's not going to be good. There's a mosquito in my room. I see it right now. This motherfucker's been biting me all fucking night. Here we go. Oh, I just fucking killed it. Sorry, PETA. I know there's probably was a more humane way for me to, kill that mosquito, but it was fucking my shit up for the last few nights. All right. I don't think we're gonna go to the nether this episode, boys. But yeah, because I also mentioned this in the video I made about my high school track coach, but I feel like if you don't give yourself the time to fully process shit that happened to you, you're gonna have to live with that shit like for the rest of your life, and like it's not gonna be fun, and it's gonna affect the people around you a lot. Because my high school track coach, I don't know what the fuck that guy went through, but whatever the fuck it did, it turned him into a fucking terrible human being that fucked a bunch of, high school boys' lives up. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to let the anger I have towards Stanford fuck up, other people's lives, because I'm so angry all the time and like, I'm just turned into like this bitter person. So I want to process that emotion so I can move past it. But I also think I want to move past it. That's the key. Is that I don't want to hold on to this anger forever. The goal of thinking about it and processing it isn't so that I can. The end goal isn't the processing. The end goal is moving on and being able to let go of that shit. So, yeah, I guess hopefully one day, just through, I don't know, making these videos, or maybe I'll do it off, I'll probably do a lot of it off camera as well. But just thinking about Stanford and thinking about the effect it's had on my life, and what does it mean? I don't know. Like, what does it mean that all that stuff happened to me? I don't know. But just thinking about it, and I think I want to apply that to a lot of other aspects in my life too. Like the job I just had, relationships I've had in my life, friends, family, whatever. Because I thought in making this video, I remembered like I remember in high school, like I was beefing a lot with my parents, as like any teenager will do. And I remember thinking to myself in high school, like, I will never forgive my parents for like what they're doing to me right now. And never is a long time, bro. Never is a really long time. And holding on to that anger and hate, I don't know if it doesn't help anyone, and it doesn't hurt anyone except me. Like holding on to that all that shit. Like if I hold on to all the anger I have for the people at Stanford and the professors at Stanford, and the only person that's gonna hurt is me, because that the mental space is gonna be, it's gonna take up my mental space. It's gonna take up my time. The professors at Stanford, I guarantee you, they don't give a shit about what I have to say about fixing the CS program, because they don't give a shit about the students, apparently. I don't know. See, the anger's coming out. But yeah, that's not going to help anyone. It's definitely not going to help me to just be angry all the time. Anger, I think, I used to think anger wasn't like a useful emotion. I don't know if I believe that anymore. I feel like anger has its place, but I definitely don't want to be angry all the time. You know what I mean? So, what am I trying to say? Yeah, I'm going to try and just process everything that happened. And hopefully, I don't know, like, what the, like, end goal is. All I'm saying really is process. That's, like, step one of the journey of, like, of a 1,000-mile journey, you know, thinking about processing, you know. The actual processing is going to be its whole other ordeal. So we're going to see if we can do that, either in videos I make or in off screen. Like I said, every time I make a Stanford video or even just talk about college in general, like I don't it's not good. It doesn't put me in a good mental space for the week I'm making that video. Like, for example, I made the college admissions guide to college admissions video, right? I ended up spending time on the applying to college subreddit. I ended up watching like Kath in college. Like, I wouldn't do that if I wasn't making videos about college. You know what I mean? And like doing that stuff, going on that subreddit and like reliving Stanford through like Stanford vlogs. It doesn't, like, it's not good for my mental. It wasn't good for my mental health. It just wasn't. So that's that. So maybe I'm gonna tone it back on like the interacting with Stanford content. I'm still gonna make like college-esque videos because I feel like I'm good at them. It helps me process, and you know, I enjoy. You know, it seems to help you guys out, and that really warms my heart and is like really makes me feel like I'm doing something worthwhile with my life if I can like help like one person out with their experience. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Quick check. I'm going to take a breather and also check to make sure I'm actually recording this, because once again, I will be super triggered if I'm not actually recording this video. And we're back, and I am recording, so that's really good. What was I going to say? Yeah, we can start right now. We can do a quick 5-minute processing of Stanford. Then people don't have to comment as well. Why do you hate Stanford so much? You know, you just talked a lot about hating Stanford without actually giving any reasons. Let's think about it. Let's think about why I dislike Stanford and process it right now. Live demonstration of processing. I'm trying to think of something to process that I haven't like mentioned before in any of my videos. But honestly, I feel like I've probably talked, like I've made so many videos about my experience that I've probably talked through everything, but we're just going to, you know, rehash it. I remember my first day, not my first day. The first few days at my Stanford, I had a really hard time making friends. I have 3 moments that really stand out to me. The first moment was that I showed up to breakfast at Log. There were a group of people already sitting there eating breakfast. I sat down and tried to join their conversation. It didn't work out. I was awkward. Someone else was leading the conversation, kind of. It was your typical, like, oh my god, we're in college, we're gonna talk about such wacky things. It was like talking about like types of food, like weird foods you ate growing up. Some guy was like, oh, the New York slice, it's gotta be $1 New York slice. I was like, bitch, I'm from New York, don't stop it. I can tell you're like trying too hard right now. But I was super awkward. I didn't really join in that conversation too much. And that definitely, you know, it was one experience, but it definitely hurt my morale a little bit, you know. Maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I should have just been like, you know, shrug it off. It's one experience. But, you know, I don't know. You know, your first few days at college, I was feeling nervous, away from home from first time, you know, and the first experience, you know, I didn't really fit in that group. It was bad morale. It was bad for morale. Second experience, I already mentioned this in the video, I think. I already mentioned all these in the video, I think, but I'm just going to rehash them. I went to, like, this pickup basketball game. Sucked at pickup basketball. I think I just didn't know the rules, first of all. of pickup basketball. I sucked. I airballed a shot, and then everyone. Oh my god! Look at this ravine. This is crazy. But what is it? I airballed a shot, and then everyone playing the game with me, kind of looked at me like, "Who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck does he think this guy is?" Maybe I was reading too much into it, but I could tell they did not like me from that experience. Saying that made me have a flashback to high school. Fun fact, you guys might not know about this about me. New fact about introverted madness. I was part of my high school's bowling team. We had a bowling team in high school. And I was kind of bullied on that bowling team because I sucked at bowling. I didn't really deserve to be on the bowling team because I sucked at bowling. And then people on the team didn't really want to talk to me or didn't want to be my friend. And I felt kind of ostracized. I don't know if I'll call it bullying. Maybe they just didn't want to talk to me, which is fine, But that kind of relates to the pickup basketball experience I had at Stanford. And maybe those two things are related in terms of my self-confidence in life. I don't know. And then another time at Stanford, it was also at breakfast at Lakeside Dining. I went to sit down with a group of people who were having breakfast, maybe strike up conversation, and they left like 30 seconds after I sat down. I said sit down. I meant sat down because it happened in the past. They left. And that was not good for morale too, because I was like, damn. I sat down, they left, put two and two together. I'm a piece of shit. Maybe they just left because, they had somewhere to be and they already had their breakfast. But that wasn't good for morale. And I feel like, I feel like freshman year is really when shit really just... I've had this thought. Okay, I've had this thought. I feel like this is something I've already processed. So I'm, I feel like I was almost kind of doomed from the start at Stanford. Because like before I could even try and make my own destiny at Stanford, I feel like I was doomed because I was assigned to live in 1C in Robley. That was not a good place to live, dogs. Like, if I don't get assigned to a freshman dorm, whatever, I don't care. I don't have, lots of people don't get assigned to live in freshman dorms. I don't think living in a freshman dorm is the one thing you need to do to have a great Stanford experience. But living in 1C was not good. I think that actually, really, actually detrimentally had a really big impact on my experience because there were two rooms of people freshmen who were living in 1C. There were basically just two quads of freshmen living in 8C. So there are only 8 freshmen in my quad, which might sound like a lot of people, but half of them, it's not, because other halls had 16 freshmen in that hall, and your hall is really where you make your first friends at Stanford, I guess. I don't know, because they're people who live physically close in proximity to you. So I feel like living in 1C, and 1C also is totally physically disjointed from the rest of Robley. Whereas other halls, you might walk through them to get to your hall. For example, if you live in 2C, you will walk through not 2C. If you live in 2A, you will walk through 2A. There's a flow of traffic through other halls in Robley. In 1C, there's no flow of traffic. There's no one ever walking through the halls. So even if you leave your door open, no one's ever going to stop by because no one's walking through there. The only people who are going to walk past your open door are the people already living, who are the only people who walk through my open door were my roommates who I already saw all the time. You know what I mean? So living in 1C, really bad. I think another thing that I don't want to talk about this. The other thing that negatively affected my time at Stanford, I'm not going to talk about. Is personal. But So you guys are probably like, oh, okay, that's weird. But two things going in this. I don't want you guys just take my word. It was something. It was something it was like something from high school, basically. Something bad happened to me. Not bad. I wasn't fully moved on from high school. I was still like not in the best mindset, and that negatively affected me. I was being too antisocial. Let's put it that way. From high school. How the fuck do I get down there? I'm trying to figure out how to get down there. I broke another fucking... Oh my god, I have so much copper. Why did I mine all that copper for? So yeah, I don't know. And then of course, Stanford CS sucks ass. That didn't help. But yeah, we're gonna do a lot more processing about what goes on at Stanford. I don't want to turn this video into like I could sit here for literally an hour or 2 hours and talk about shit that happening at Stanford and try to process it. But we're gonna try and think about that later in future videos or off camera, whatever. Okay. One more thing I want to talk about. Oh my god, I put it right here. What am I doing? One more thing I want to talk about is quickly is being burned out. I feel like recently I've been a little burned out with making YouTube videos. I don't want to, part of me feels like I'm being weak for saying that, because making YouTube videos, it's honestly not that hard. I don't work like that many hours a day making YouTube videos. It's like, it's not like it's not like I'm working a physical labor job, there's a billion jobs that are harder than making YouTube videos, where I can sit in a nice air-conditioned room and just clack away on my computer and like not have to do any physical labor. I feel kind of guilty for saying that I'm burned out from making YouTube videos. And I wouldn't say I'm like really burned out from making YouTube videos. I just feel like I definitely feel a pressure to every week I gotta put out video, and it's gotta be the best video, and it's gotta be like really funny and really entertaining. I especially feel the pressure with the green screen videos, because I gotta make a chest so I can store my shit. The green screen videos take like slightly over a week to make, and I feel like I have to make one every week. So then like if it takes me like 10 days to make a green screen video, then I'm 3 days behind making the next green screen video, and then like I try to rush through making that one, and so it kind of burns me out. And like I said, kind of feel guilty for saying that, because it's not that hard. I could be working harder making these videos, but I just do feel a little bit of burnout. You know what I mean? So, and my whole shtick on YouTube, I feel like, is telling college kids to chill the fuck out and telling you guys to chill the fuck out. So I feel like I need to take my own advice with that and realize like it's not the end of the world if like I don't post a video every single week. You guys, I know you guys are like the best subs ever, and like you guys will understand and like still support me, and like I don't take that for granted. Like I feel like I don't remember who said this. Oh, it was Nakey Jakey. Nakey Jakey said that like the biggest thing he had from his like subscribers was like their trust, and like basically their trust to like watch his videos, expecting that they would be good. And I feel like I have that trust with like some of you guys, and I don't want to abuse that trust. I feel super grateful that I have your guys' trust, where like you guys will trust me. I know you guys will trust me if like I'm like, oh, I need to like post videos like every 10 days instead of every 7 days. And I really appreciate that, and I don't want to take that for granted, and I want to keep making great videos for you guys to watch, so that you guys, don't feel like your trust is misplaced. So just want to put that out there. I have no plans on like immediately adjusting my YouTube schedule or anything, so you might still see a lot of videos from me, but I just want to kind of just say that, just put that out there, just let you guys know I'm going through some burnout as well. So if you're going through it, you're not alone. Yeah, burnout is weird. Like yesterday, I really had this moment where I felt like I was bored with like literally everything in life. Like I didn't want to do anything in life because I ran through all the options. I was like, what can I do right now? I can stare at a screen. I can watch Netflix. I can text someone. I can watch YouTube. I don't want to do that. What else can I can go outside. I can go to a museum. I can enjoy all the activities that New York has to offer me. I don't want to really go out. I don't want to go outside and deal with people. I don't want to be around all these sweaty bodies. I could read a book. Come on, I'm not reading no fucking book. Are you kidding me? No, just kidding. Books are great, guys. But it was like, do I want to work on a video? Nah, that I feel kind of burned out from that. Like I said, do I want to play video games? Not really. Honestly, the lust I had for video games when I was like 14 has kind of died a little bit as I've grown up. Maybe that'll be a Minecraft therapy video I'll talk about. It was just like I was literally like just ran through all the options of things I had to do, and I realized like I didn't want to do any of them, and I was like, oh, maybe this is like maybe I'm burned out right now because I literally don't want to do anything except like nothing. You know what I mean? So that's that. Yeah. All right. I feel kind of good with I feel like the beginning of this video, it was a little too crackheady. I feel like we ended up in a good place at the end of this video. We worked some stuff out. We talked about life. We really went through a journey in this video. So that makes me happy. Next episode, hopefully we get to the bottom of this fucking ravine. I don't even know this is like a humongous ass cavern or something. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. We're going to reach the bottom of this next episode, guys. We're going to explore the fuck out of this. Hopefully not die and lose all our extremely valuable copper that we stored away somewhere. And have a good time. All right. Like I said, if you guys have questions you want me to answer for a 20K sub special, please, I'm begging you guys, comment them in the comments. Otherwise, the next video is probably going to be me talking about like why I hate Stanford or something. And I don't know, like we'll see if I want to go to that negative place or not. But it's not, I don't want to do this thing where it's like there's positive and negative things in life. You know what I mean? Like it's just life. I don't want to like label. It's like, oh, I ate McDonald's. That's negative. It's like, what am I doing? Like, why am I labeling my life like with these like negative, positive? It's like, it's just life, man. So yeah, like I was saying, next video might be about Stanford, might not be. We'll see. But leave a comment if you guys want with a question for me. It could be about literally anything. It could be about Stanford. It could be about me. It could be about tech. It could be, what's my favorite food? What's my favorite movie? What do you think we're ever going to solve P equals NP? It could be anything, guys. All right. That's it for this video. I really appreciate you guys for watching. If you guys watched to the end of this video, yeah, like, subscribe, and do all that shit. And I will catch you guys next time. Hope you guys are doing well wherever you guys are doing. If you're starting school, if you're not starting school, if you have a job that you've had for 2 years and you're not starting it, but that's your job, hope you're doing well there. All right. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. All right. Stay safe. Stay sane. Peace.